Hey guys, so today I am reviewing The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. The story follows Liesel Meminger, who is on a train with her mother and younger brother. They are on their way to Mulching, Germany to go and live with their foster parents, but they end up having to make a detour stop because of the fact that Liesel's younger brother is taken by death. After they have buried her brother, they are on their way back to the train when they are leaving the gravesite, and Liesel performs her first act of book thievery, and she steals the book entitled The Gravedigger's Handbook. Now, when she ends up making it to Mulching, she ends up meeting the Hubermans. Hans and Rosa become Mama and Papa, and because they're really the only parent figure in Liesel's life, you really do come to see them as her parents, no longer her foster parents. During her time living with them, her life drastically changes, and literally it does. It drastically changes from where she started. She ends up finding out the joy of books, but she also comes to find out the power that words hold. You see, when she arrives there, you end up finding out that Liesel doesn't know how to read, and I believe she doesn't really know how to write too well either. So Hans takes it upon himself to not only read to her, but also to teach her how to read and write. As well as the fact that she ends up meeting a friend who is a lifelong friend. You have Rudy, or Ruddy, however you want to say his name. You also find out about a Jew who becomes quite a main character. His name is Max. Now, I'm not going to give a lot away because I really feel it's something that you need to experience, and I think that's why there's really only one quote, and it's not very long, and it describes the book perfectly. It's just a small story, really, about, among other things, a girl, some words, an accordionist, some fanatical Germans, a Jewish fist fighter, and quite a lot of thievery. Now, let's talk about the writing before anything else. The writing is superb. We have it being narrated by Death, and Death does a lot of foreshadowing. And you'd usually think that the foreshadowing would detract from the story, but it doesn't. It really enforces what you're reading and further develops everything. You also have bits and pieces that are included as well, where Death has included a little piece of information, or he has included a definition, or just given some character backstory. We also have a lot going on with the actual overall setting in Germany, and I must say, Nazi Germany, wow, like you had to pick the hardest setting for your book, and you did a superb job, Mr. Zusak. It was beautiful. Beautiful. I don't think I've read it or seen writing as beautiful as in this, dealing with Nazi Germany. Now let's talk about some characters. First off, as I was saying, it's narrated by Death, and he really has a very humane, humorous side to him. At the start of the story, he says, "Here is a small fact. You are going to die." And that's your first really interaction with Death. But my favorite quote comes later on in the book, where something very serious is taking place, and in between this serious situation comes one sentence, and it is Death saying, "You know, it kills me sometimes how people die." The dude's got a humorous side to him, my word. Even though I should hate him because he is Death and he's basically the reason why these people are dying, he's very humane, and he really does, in a way, come to love Liesel. He cares for her, and I thought that was a very unique way to spin his character. Now we have Rosa, who has her own unique way of loving Liesel, and sometimes it's very drastic, but she still loves her, and I think that's really key, and you understand why Liesel loves both of her parents. The same thing with Hans. He's an accordionist, but he really cares deeply for Liesel, and you don't really see a very strong relationship with his actual daughter and son, but you see this really strong bond between Liesel and him, and I think it's because perhaps Liesel is a lot like him in a way. Anyway, I just really enjoyed the characters, the writing, the entire story. Like, as I said, the setting is Nazi Germany, so it's a very harsh setting. But the thing is, the setting shows a lot with the story, and we're taken through a lot of emotions with this book. You have joy, you have sorrow, you have hurt, you have hate. I'm going to just stop at that because you can literally state you feel every single emotion for these characters. The ending was very bittersweet for me, but I absolutely loved it. Now, if you guys have read The Book Thief, please comment down below. Let me know if you loved it, if you hated it, or whatever you felt for the book. And if you guys have not read it, then I really think you should. If you guys are currently reading it, I look forward to, well, how to say this. You guys are very lucky to be reading the book, and however you feel for it, it's a very personal book. I feel like you really connect with the characters, you really connect with everything going on, and I've never had as strong a personal connection to a story and a character as I have with this book. So that is my review, you guys. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have posted a written or a video review for this book, please leave a link in the comments so that I can come and watch it or read it, and I'll see you in my next video. The only downside to this book is the fact that my local theater didn't get the movie in theaters. So yeah, I have to wait until next year when the DVD is released so I can see it. Oh, patience, patience, patience. Anyway, guys, I will see you in my next video. Until then, go and pick up a random book and read. Bye, guys.